What is up, guys? Jim Rabbi here. You're probably wondering what in the world was that? Well, that was me doing an impression of one of my favorite wrestlers from Toronto, the rated R superstar Edge. And the reason I am telling you that is because I want to let you guys in a little bit about myself. You guys have seen my previous videos. So far, it's just been me showing my ab routine and how I stay, lean, which is kind of like the core area where a lot of people like to focus in on. But, I wasn't always like this. I wasn't able to put on muscle just like a lot of men around the world. And some of you females who are interested in, putting on a little bit of muscle, just like weight loss, it is not the easiest thing in the world. So how did I get to where I am? Well, I'm going to explain that to you. Just like my intro, you see a lot of people go to the gym and they're just, pumping out, going, until they feel that their muscles get a little bit fatigued, until they feel that they're a little bit tired. Then they put it down, look around, if you're one of those douchebags out there, check out the females. But, time to go back and you just go again. Now, you can do that and probably trim up, but if you're trying to really put on like muscle, you're gonna have to slow it down and you're gonna have to understand how your body works. So today I'm gonna show you guys my style of training. It's a hypertrophy style training that focuses on the eccentric contraction of the muscle. So I got my weights here from the intro, and often what guys like to do, like I said, is just go up and then come down, up, down. All right. Instead, what we're going to do, we're going to focus on the eccentric. So what is the eccentric? Well, it's pretty simple. Up, concentric, so you're contracting those biceps, and when you come back down, that is the eccentric phase. So what's so important about the eccentric phase? Well, that's probably where the muscles are under the most tension, which means that you'll probably develop more growth from that action coming down. So with that said, when you come up, you want to squeeze at the top. But instead of just letting the weight bring you back down, we want to come up and control the weight. And what I like to do, I actually don't go all the way down. You can actually come down and actually get the triceps back there. So you can come up, get the biceps, come down, get the triceps. But what I like to do is I like to come up, I like to come down, and right before it locks, I like to hold it right here. So hold it right there in the eccentric phase, right? So when I come up and down, obviously you got to work the other arm too. Up, squeeze, and down. You're recruiting so much more stimulus and action potentials in those muscles working together, opposed to you just letting it drop. So what I like to do, I like to do something that's called hypertrophy training. And what that is, it's a certain amount of sets and reps that is typically or scientifically proven to work within the range of putting on mass opposed to leaning out. When you're leaning out, you can go, a lot faster and do a lot more repetitions. But what we're going to do, we're going to get more sets opposed to reps. So typically for hypertrophy, you'll want to do 4 to 5 sets. So the amount of times that you do it. However, I like to stick to 4 because I like to be in and out of the gym. You don't need to do 2 hours. If you can knock out a workout in 20 minutes, even 30 minutes, go for it. The most I really stay in the gym, to be honest, is an hour. And that's just cardio included on a treadmill. So for 4 sets, I just go up right here. Now how many sets do I do? 4. How many reps do I do? Well, it's different for everyone, but for me, I like to stick between the range of 8 to 12. Sometimes, if I want to push myself with a heavier weight, I'll go drop it. If I'm a lighter weight, I'll go increase it and say about 15 reps. Okay, so let's take a look at what that looks like. So you want to come up, squeeze, bring it down, and stop right here, right before you lock out. Let's go again. Now always remember to look forward. If you have a mirror, check yourself out. Forget everyone who's around you. And down. Focus on that eccentric. Control the weight, don't let it control you. And I personally like to do this 2 to 3 times a week. Let's be honest, sometimes, time's an obstacle. But if you can, definitely invest in some dumbbells, especially during this time in the quarantine, where you can easily knock out a home workout, right? So that's what I do. That's what I do for biceps. For triceps, same thing. You're gonna have right here, I would call this one the concentric, and actually at the top here, I will actually call it eccentric. Now you can be puzzled on which one is which, but I personally feel it when I extend. And you can actually increase. I drop the weight just for the video's sake, but normally I have a little bit more weight on there because you want to use also what's called the overload principle, which is to put on more weight than you typically would. That way it's allowing your muscles to kind of rip apart, and that's how growth actually starts. It's actually when the muscles rip. Go to bed, recover, drink your protein shake, eat your nutrients, everything, and when you wake up the next day, you might feel some soreness, but that's just the inflammation building up in those muscles to get you where you want to be. All right, that is it for today. That is how I do my hypertrophy eccentric training.